This is example 2 for practicing word problems. It states, a room requires 33.4 square yards, which is written as yards squared, same thing, of carpeting. Calculate the floor area in square feet, feet squared, same thing, okay? So what we want to do is say that we need to convert from yards squared into feet squared, okay? Because our given value, our starting given value is that the room requires 33.4 square yards. Then the question is asking you, calculate the floor area in square feet, okay? So that is our question. So we are looking to change 33.4 square yards, which I'll just write as yards squared, to feet squared. Okay. So what we are working with here is exponential units. Okay. So let's use our table that we were given in order to convert between yards to feet. Okay. So both of these are actually English units. So you may be familiar with the fact that there is 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay. So if you recognize that, or if that is provided to you, I would prefer you use it only if it is provided. Okay. But I don't want to risk any of paranoid thoughts that people are using Google, especially for exams and things like that. Okay. So please use information that is given to you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to apply the information that is given here. We're going to go from yards to meters, and then from meters to feet, because that's what is provided. But if I provide to you on an exam that there is 3 feet in 1 yard, you can do it in a single step. Okay, but since we are only using what's provided here currently, then we're going to use 2 relationships. The first relationship states that 1 meter is equal to 1.0936 yards, and 1 meter is also equal to 3.28 feet. Okay. Remember, these are not the exponential units. These are just the units as is. In order to make it exponential, we have to square all the values that go with the units. So we need to square this, and square this, square this, and square this. Therefore, what this is now giving us, 1 meter squared is equal to 1.0936 squared yards squared. And then 1 meter squared is equal to 3.28 squared feet squared. Okay. So what we're going to do is begin with our given value. Our given value is 33.4 square yards. So 33.4. This is our starting units. So we want to first change our starting units to by using the equivalence that involves yards. So we know here from our equivalence that 1.0936 square yards is equal to a meter squared. Then from the meter squared, we're going to convert to the feet squared. Okay, just because that's what's given, and it gives us more practice with multiple step conversions. Okay. So, my knees are cracking. 1.0936 squared. I'm going to put this in parentheses to remind us to put in parentheses in our calculator. Yards squared per 1 meter squared. And then we're going to convert the meter squared into feet squared. 1 meter squared, 3.28 squared feet squared. Okay, so again, I put that in parentheses. Okay, so now what we're going to do is check our units first, make sure we set things up correctly. So yards squared cancel diagonally here. Meters squared cancel diagonally here. And now the steps that we will need to take then is going to be the calculation. So we're going to have 33.4 divided by the 1.0936 squared times 3.28 squared. 33.4, divide that by parentheses, 1.0936, arrow up 2 to give us exponent 2, so that's square, or there is a button that says x to the exponent 2, that's another square button that you can use, and then multiply by 3.28 squared. Let me check my calculation. It's always good to double check. And then we press equals. And the calculator is giving me a good line of numbers. But remember, we never keep all the numbers from the calculator. We always round based on significant figures. So let's write down what the calculator gave us first. 300.4534195. Okay, that's what the calculator gives us. But based on significant figures, we need to round this. So our answer must have how many significant figures? Let's see. This value has 1, 2, 3 significant figures. This value has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. And this value has 1, 2, 3 significant figures. The least number of significant figures is 3. Therefore, we must round our answer to 3 significant figures. So 300.4534, etc., becomes 300. And in order to indicate this as 3 significant figures, we're going to put a decimal at the end after the final 0 in order to show that those 2 zeros are significant. And then your units is feet squared.